This survival world has over 1,000 players on it, and that includes me. You can join right now by using the IP play.penguin.gg. And last episode I joked that I would log on and my house would be surrounded by bases. I didn't think it would actually happen. People have tracked me down, so these 9 chunks are basically all I have to work with in my base because everything around it has now been claimed. I can spend money to buy chunk claims, although all the chunks in the area are too close to somebody else's, so Gee, thank you. So it looks like I'll just have to work with what I've got. But anyway, I've got more important things to be cracking on with, such as getting full netherite armor. At the moment, I'm just a diamond peasant one. And to get that armor, there are 2 things that I'm going to need. A rune portal is not one of them, and it's completely ransacked. But the method for mining the nether is just going to involve loads of TNT. So building the creeper farm is my #1 priority, but I could also do with way better tools for harvesting up all the needed wood. Hey, look at this. Who needs a farm when you can just find creepers like this? Anyway, to build this farm, it's going to require loads of scaffolding, which makes it a very cool and unique design, and it'll let me build it much faster. I found a jungle up ahead, which will let me get a little bit of bamboo, and hopefully there's lots more still to be found. It's actually the world's smallest jungle, and considering how much scaffolding I'm going to need, that is not really great news at all. But don't you worry, I'm SP737, and I've got an ingenious plan to get more. That plan is going to require a few redstone items, so my next task is to find a good cave, or just dig down and hope for the best. Found some iron on my way down, which is also going to be needed, so I'm going to grab what I can. And mission to find a cave has also been a success, which means I can start gathering up redstone. And how about we make this interesting? I've just gathered up from 6 ores, 40 redstone dust. And I'm going to give myself 20 minutes to get 500 of it. Plus diamonds are always a nice bonus. If I pull off this challenge, you have to subscribe. I'm not entirely sure if this is possible, but I'm just going to hope for the best. So far, I've got 72. And the redstone ore is getting harder and harder to find. Oh my goodness, look at the size of that dripstone cave. Could be the hero that I need, because there is redstone dotted around. Also need to do a little bit of speed bridging. When you're in a rush, you do everything fast, including jumping off cliffs and MLGing at the bottom. More diamonds. I know I'm on a challenge, but I can never say no to these. Also got nearly 3 stacks. I think I'm going to need 8 to get 500, but I haven't really got time to get out a calculator and check. I've just got to keep going as fast as I can. Also, sorry, Glow Squid, I nearly killed you there. Looks like wasting time just to make sure he doesn't die. I don't know, I can get that water, no problem. Another singular ore here. I don't like the way that I'm now getting to quite a high Y level, because that's where redstone is going to become much more scarce. I've also just checked the calculator, and 8 stacks is indeed going to be enough. So far, I've got just over 4, but I'm struggling to find any redstone ore. Yeah, I'm a poet and I didn't know it, that's for sure. It seems that this bit of cave has not been explored, because there's even more stuff to be found. Can even get a bit more gunpowder, and diamonds as well. With all of this, it's 5.5 stacks, and this in theory should make a 6th one and bring me to a massive unexplored cave. The stars are definitely aligning. There even might be a good opportunity for diamonds down here. Oh wow, it goes lower down there as well. That's perfect. Means I don't have to worry about only finding redstone up here. I can go lower where it'll be more commonly found. I'll tell you what, once this 20 gets to a full stack of redstone, I will have enough, and straight away I'm up to 43. There should be well and truly in the bag, and I've got an extra spawner now. Plus redstone in the chest, everything's just falling into place. Just a few more veins, and okay, don't fall. Imagine if I fell in lava and that's it. Cost me. At least the redstone I see here is going to be everything I need. There we go. Over 500 in the bag. I can even grab a little bit more just for safekeeping, because I do plan to build many redstone contraptions. Grab a bit of iron, because pistons are going to be important too. And finding diamonds is always a bonus as well. The next job on the list is going to be a trip to the... Oh, okay, don't just jump in lava. That is not the next job on the list, to jump in lava. As I was saying, the next job on the list is a trip to the nether, because quartz is going to be needed for the observers. So I've built the portal. Oh my goodness, I need to do something about all this redstone. I'm absolutely overrun with it at this point. So redstone blocks are going to be made, which helps significantly. Now I also need flint. There was gravel around here somewhere. I've just got to find it. Here we go. Loads of it. Now to hopefully get a piece of flint, which I have done. And to the nether... Why do I keep lighting myself on fire? But yeah, to the nether I can go to collect up the quartz. Don't know exactly how much I need, but a few stacks will do me nicely. Oh, by the way, I forgot to say, I got the 500 redstone within 20 minutes, so I hope you actually press subscribe, because this channel has a lot of bonus content on it. And I reckon once I've mined all of these up, I will definitely have enough, yeah, near enough 3 stacks. Although, you know what it's like, you just see a bit more quartz and you think, go on then, I'll get a few extra pieces. And before you know it, you carry on mining for another hour. The fact that I have seen a fortress makes me now want to infiltrate this, just to see what's around, although it looks like someone's been here. It's not the one I was at, is it? Either way, I bet the spawners are gone. Yeah, the spawners have been taken. So I'm probably just best going back to my portal. That's a pretty risky jump back there, by the way. And getting some work done at my base. Can't tell if they're just all waiting for me to come back over there. Yep, they all see me now. And for this project, I do want to try and test something. The test will require some glass, which I don't seem to have, but I've got some sand available that I can smelt, turn into glass bottles, fill with water, and create mud. Okay, now the question is, can you play... You can't break my stuff, I'm in my claim, don't you think that'd work? But that was basically my question, because you may or may not know this, but the hitbox of mud is slightly lower. Look, I can't place a block here because the hitbox is slightly lower. I should say it's ever so slightly smaller, so if you watch, like, I go up a layer here. You see? Look at that. It's very, very minimal. Which means if I can now get loads of iron for enough hoppers, we'll be golden. And apparently I have loads of iron in here. Wouldn't it be great if I actually knew what stocks I had? And there's no way I'm waiting 6 million years for that to smelt very, very slowly. Instead, I'm adding cobblestone that can then be converted to smooth stone. My mic then glitched for the entire rest of the thing, so I do not have anything else that I said. But I then crafted my blast furnaces to smelt my iron and make a bunch of hoppers. And then I put hoppers underneath the mud. As you can see, they successfully pick up the items. From there, I then went to look at this giant shrine that they built me because I felt bad and they keep asking me. It is very, very cool what they've done. They've added a bunch of signs. And in giant letters it says, hello SP77. Up here, there's even more signs of what people have been up to. Not to mention they completely griefed a bit of a village. Next, I had to go and collect more iron, whilst an army of people followed me. I thought an iron golem from another village would be a good idea. But then they started attacking me, and then it really went wrong. Thankfully, they got rid of the iron golem, and also gave me the iron. Then I dug down and managed to find a cave, with everybody decided to follow me. But this cave was pretty epic, it's pretty massive, there's iron absolutely everywhere. And I then told my minions to split up and collect the iron for me. It's great having helpful people like that in Minecraft. After fully exploring the cave and realizing that there wasn't much iron left to be found, apart from a few final pieces, I then went back home and smelted the iron. But unfortunately, I was still not ready to smelt it all because I'd forgotten the coal. So I found another massive cave with a cool mine shaft connected to a geode to mine up lots and lots of coal. And sometime later, I had over a stack which could fuel those furnaces. And one of my bamboo had already grown quite high for some reason. From there, I could make a bunch of pistons, which would all be placed in a row. And then I got busy adding the hoppers. I also think it's a really cool mechanic, turning it into mud. It just works so well. And then the bamboo could be planted. I also want to make it look nice, so I've added glass and a bit of wood all over. But it wasn't coal or iron that was the next problem. No, I needed lots more cobble. So I got busy mining, which let me craft the remaining pistons. I placed them in such a way that it was 2 rows facing each other. And then it was time to make the observers. But I sadly ran out of cobblestone once again. So I mined a few more in this cool little cave below my base, added the redstone, and finally the observers. Technically the farm is now done, but I also wanted to make it look nice, so I added a glass roof. Now it really is finished, and the bamboo is flowing in nicely. The next project involved the spider spawners. I'd already started digging out a room for it, and if I place one in the middle, as you can see, it does spawn them, and 2 of them spawns twice as many. And so with that, I got to work designing my new farm. It basically just involves digging out a massive room. And when I say massive, I absolutely meant it. Next, I needed something that would damage the spiders, so it was a trip to the nether. That trip allowed me to collect up lots and lots of magma, about 7 stacks to be precise, and then the entire floor needed to be changed. The reason I built these 2 farms is because the string can go with the bamboo to allow me to make lots of scaffolding. I also sadly kept breaking my pickaxe, so I've had to craft a new one again. And with that, every bit of magma was placed, but in order to make sure no spiders got stuck on the walls, I'm having to make the whole room a few blocks wider. I was starting to get sick of doing all of this digging. Eventually the mission was accomplished, and I had to fill in those bits with magma as well. Then I had to place water along this back wall, and the farm was ready for testing. The spiders would flow along, and the magma would damage them. From there, the string would get pushed all the way to the end, where I then built another system to pick it all up. It was just simply 2 hoppers in the middle, water flowing from the sides, and then glass just blocking it from going everywhere. Once I repeat it on the other side, I could completely fill everything in, plus add a spider head that I'd managed to find. And from there, it was testing time. Standing in this position would make the cave spiders spawn. From there, they'd be pushed along by the water, and the string would be collected in the hoppers. I then made the AFK spot look a little bit nicer, added an iron door so that I'd be safe, and from there, I'm going to AFK in this very spot until the next video. And by the way, the bamboo farm had got me quite a lot of bamboo already, so I'm looking forward to see how much that gets me to. I'm sorry about the mic glitching, guys. Hopefully my past tense storytelling was still good enough. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to come on the server, play.penguin.gg. I'll probably be online. You can be part of the series. You can come see my base. It'll be amazing.